"You're not invited to Christmas this year," my father snapped, his voice sharp enough to slice through the silence of his kitchen. "Fine," I replied. Calm, steady, my thumb hovered over my banking app. In that single breath, I quietly transferred the $10,000 I'd sent him for the holiday back into my account. 2 taps later, the chalet reservation in his name, our family's supposed winter haven, was gone. By morning, I had 20 missed calls and one message that made me laugh out loud. I should start at the beginning, shouldn't I? Not with his words, but with the years I wasted believing he loved me the way a father should. When I was a child, Christmas was the one time he played the role. Presents under the tree, a forced smile, whiskey poured just out of view. He'd promised that next year would be better. Next year he'd show up for me. I clung to those promises like scripture, but promises rot when they're empty. And over the years, I saw the truth. His love was transactional, his affection for sale, his approval conditional on how useful I was to him. The breaking point came quietly. It was last summer. I called him excited. I had landed a big client at work. My first major deal. He cut me off mid-sentence. "That's nice. Listen, I need you to send me some money. The roof's leaking." No congratulations, no pride, just a demand. As if I were his personal bank. I sent it anyway because I still wanted his approval. That's how he trained me. But then came the slip. A cousin posted photos online. My father standing on a brand new boat, drink in hand, grinning ear to ear. The caption, "Dad's early retirement toy." The roof was fine. It was me who was the fool. That was when my mindset shifted. I stopped seeing him as my father. I started seeing him as a liability, a manipulator, a man who thrived on power over me. And power, I realized, could be taken back. So I waited patiently. Every text, every call, every favor he asked, I said yes. I kept receipts, transferred funds, made reservations, smiled through clenched teeth. I became the beautiful child he thought I still was. But in the background, I was building something else. A quiet arsenal. Bank statements, screenshots, recorded calls, enough evidence of his exploitation to make sure if the day came, he'd have no leverage left. That day arrived with his little declaration. "You're not invited." The irony burned. After everything I'd given, I was still disposable to him. He thought he was cutting me down, but really he was cutting his own throat. The Christmas chalet in Switzerland, the one he bragged to his friends about hosting, canceled. The $10,000 holiday fund I had wired for food, wine, and decorations back in my account before he'd finished pouring his drink. I left him nothing but cold silence. By morning, his fury filled my phone. 20 missed calls, each angrier than the last. And then the message that made me laugh out loud. "You can't do this. Everyone's expecting Christmas here. I've already told them you were paying. They'll know it was you who ruined it." I laughed because it was perfect. For once the humiliation wasn't mine to carry. He showed up at my apartment 2 days later, red-faced, sweating, eyes wild with desperation. He didn't knock. He pounded. "Open the door, damn it." I let him in, calmly, sipping coffee. Every detail of the scene arranged for maximum effect. Papers spread on the table, his bank transfers, screenshots of his requests, photos of his boat, dates, amounts, his entire con laid out like evidence before a judge. He froze when he saw it. His eyes darted from paper to paper, panic unraveling his bravado. "What the hell is this?" he demanded, voice cracking. "This," I said, sliding one page closer to him, "is the history of you using me. Every lie, every theft, every manipulation. I kept it all." His mouth opened, but no sound came out. "You thought canceling Christmas was punishment," I continued. "But you never understood. I was already done with you. I was just waiting for the right moment to let you feel it." I watched the fight drain from him, watched the realization settle in. He had nothing left to hold over me. No money, no control, no pride to stand on. For once he was the one left begging. "Please don't show this to anyone. I'll make it right. Just don't ruin me." I leaned back, savoring it. The silence stretched until it was unbearable. Then I gave him the final cut. I'm not ruining you. You did that yourself. I'm just not cleaning up after you anymore. He left that day smaller, deflated, a man stripped of his illusion of power, and I for the first time felt light. Christmas came and went. He spent it alone from what I heard. Meanwhile, I booked a solo trip with that same money. A quiet cabin in the mountains,